Welcome to YouTube Pedia. Discover the greatest stories from history, science, and beyond. If you're curious about the world, subscribe now and join our journey through knowledge. Let's get started. Isaac Newton, the genius who redefined the universe. Isaac Newton is a name synonymous with scientific revolution and intellectual brilliance. His discoveries laid the foundation for classical mechanics, optics, and even modern physics. But behind the genius was a deeply complex, enigmatic man with a life full of mysteries, rivalries, and relentless curiosity. His journey from a fatherless child in rural England to one of the most influential thinkers in history is a fascinating tale of intellect, perseverance, and obsession. The early years, a premature birth and a broken family. Born on December 25, 1642, Julian calendar, in Woolsthorpe, England, Newton entered the world prematurely, so small and frail that his survival seemed miraculous. His father, also named Isaac Newton, had died just 3 months before his birth. His mother, Hannah Iskoff, remarried when Newton was 3, leaving him in the care of his grandmother while she moved away with her new husband. This emotional abandonment would shape much of his personality. Newton became solitary, introverted, and obsessed with his work. Newton's childhood was marked by a love for mechanical inventions. He built sundials, windmills, and even a small water clock. His school teachers quickly recognized his brilliance, though he was often more interested in his own experiments than traditional lessons. Cambridge and the Plague Years, the birth of a genius. At 18, Newton entered Trinity College, Cambridge, initially as a student more interested in alchemy and philosophy than mathematics. However, his encounter with the works of Euclid and Descartes ignited his passion for mathematics and physics. During this period, Newton developed calculus, an entirely new mathematical system that would revolutionize science. In 1665, when the Great Plague forced Cambridge to shut down, Newton returned to Woolsthorpe. This 2-year isolation proved to be one of the most productive periods in scientific history. It was during these plague years that Newton formulated his theories on calculus, optics, and motion. Legend has it that the sight of an apple falling from a tree sparked his thoughts on gravity, though the reality is likely more complex. The laws of motion and the universal law of gravitation. Newton's insights into motion and gravity culminated in his most famous work, Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica, 1687. Here, he formulated his 3 laws of motion, which describe how objects move and interact with forces. 1. An object remains at rest, or in uniform motion unless acted upon by an external force. 2. Force equals mass times acceleration, F equals ma. 3. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. With these laws, Newton explained everything from a rolling ball to planetary orbits. His work showed that the same force pulling an apple toward Earth also kept the moon and planets in their paths. This revelation changed our understanding of the universe forever. Rivalries and controversies, the dark side of Newton. Newton was a man of unmatched intellect, but he was also fiercely competitive, secretive, and prone to paranoia. His bitterest rival was Robert Hooke, a brilliant scientist who contributed to physics, microscopy, and architecture. Hooke accused Newton of plagiarizing some of his ideas on gravity, leading to a long-standing feud. Newton also clashed with German mathematician Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz over the invention of calculus. Both men developed calculus independently, but Newton, with the support of the Royal Society, accused Leibniz of plagiarism. The debate turned ugly, damaging Leibniz's reputation. The hidden world of alchemy and secret studies. Despite his scientific rigor, Newton had a deep fascination with alchemy, the pursuit of turning base metals into gold and discovering the philosopher's stone. He spent years studying ancient alchemical texts, conducting secret experiments, and writing coded manuscripts. Some believe he was searching for a deeper, mystical understanding of the universe beyond mathematics. Newton was also deeply religious, though his beliefs were unorthodox. He studied biblical prophecy and believed in Arianism, which denied the doctrine of the Trinity, a dangerous stance in his time. Many of his religious writings remained hidden for centuries. Newton the politician, master of the royal mint. In 1696, Newton took a surprising turn in his career, becoming Warden of the Royal Mint. Tasked with reforming England's currency, he pursued counterfeiters with ruthless determination. He even went undercover in taverns to gather evidence and had several criminals executed. Newton's meticulous work helped stabilize England's economy, showing that his genius extended beyond theoretical science. The final years, a lonely but celebrated legacy. By the early 1700s, Newton was widely celebrated, becoming president of the Royal Society in 1703 and receiving knighthood from Queen Anne in 1705. However, his later years were marked by increasing isolation, bitterness, and paranoia. He clashed with younger scientists and spent much time revising his earlier works. Newton never married and had few close relationships. Some speculate he may have died a virgin, so consumed was he by his studies. Despite his personal solitude, he left behind a legacy unmatched in the history of science. On March 31, 1727, Newton died at the age of 84. He was buried in Westminster Abbey, a rare honor for a scientist. His contributions laid the foundation for modern physics, and his ideas still shape our understanding of the universe today. The genius, the mystery, the legend. Isaac Newton was not just a scientist. He was a man of contradictions, a rational thinker who studied alchemy, a solitary genius who changed the world. His mind explored the deepest mysteries of the cosmos, and his discoveries continue to inspire generations. What do you think about Newton's legacy? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating historical revelations.